Hey cats, what's happening? I was cleaning out my closet the other day. I got a lot of stuff that I've collected over the years. Now, I don't even remember getting this. I don't even remember getting it or where it came from. But I found this buried in the back of the closet. They're Harley-Davidson fuel tanks. There's a 1933, there's a 1937, 1955, a 1992, and a 1962. And they all have like the little logo chrome things on them. Pretty neat. But the other neat thing is they actually come out of here and you can hang them for Christmas ornaments. They come with a little pack of hooks. So, yeah, pretty neat. It's got a date on it of 2005, you know, and I didn't know what I was gonna do with it, and V says, why don't you just take it out and put it in the man cave somewhere. So, yeah, probably gonna add it to my wall. I don't know where, but I'll figure it out if I can put it up there. It does have a hanger on it, so I can hang it up here somewhere and display it. That's pretty neat, though. Kind of a neat little find. Anyway, besides that, are y'all in the holiday spirit? I've got some big news today, some big news to share with you, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Before we go any further, though, I just wanted to make a few points. Any of you guys that have watched my videos know that I don't pretend to be somebody that I'm not. I'm always straight up with you. I don't pretend to be a hardcore biker when my bike sits in the garage 90% of the time now. You know, those days are a long time behind me now, and they keep fading away because of the situation with V right now and our focus on her. You know that I'm a Christian, that I believe in Jesus. And I know that a lot of you guys have different beliefs, different spiritual beliefs, different religious beliefs. And I've got absolutely no problem with that at all, as long as you don't have a problem with me and my beliefs. And that's the way it stands with me. Like I said, I'm honest with you. I'm not going to pretend to be somebody I'm not. I'm not a hypocrite. I don't come preaching at you guys because I'm just a normal human being like everybody else. You know, I have my faults and my failures, and I do the best I can to struggle through life. Now let's look back at the last video that V and I put out. If you'll remember, she had gone in for some testing, for some scans. She had a scan of her brain. She had a scan of her body. And with a small cell lung cancer that she's been battling with for 2.5 years now, they told her first, they said, well, we found a brain aneurysm in the back of your brain. Brain aneurysm is, that's a tongue twister. Brain aneurysms can be lethal. They can be very serious. And so right away, we were just devastated. We were like, oh my gosh, I mean, I never had a brain aneurysm, neither has she. And when we heard brain aneurysm, we were just devastated. You know, I don't want her to have a brain aneurysm, because if they burst, it's like a blister on your artery, and if they burst, you're in trouble. So they put her on some high power medicine, and I don't know what it was. She can probably tell you, but it turned her into a zombie. She could hardly talk right. She had to hang on to me to walk. She was, you know, real loopy and staggering around. She would just sit and stare, you know, and be incoherent. And her and I both agreed that, she said, I can't live like this. I can't even think on this medicine. She says, it's just turned me into a zombie. And I think that was what they wanted to do, is just get her to like chill, and for fear that something would happen with this aneurysm. So her and I both agreed, she's not going to take that medicine anymore. And it took her like 2 days after she quit taking that medicine to get back to normal again, where she could actually think and talk and walk around normally and get back to her normal self. Then after that, a day or so later, we got this report from her body scans. The technicians were saying that now they found cancer in 3 of her ribs, active metastatic cancer. And at that point, we were just like, it just took the wind out of our sails. We didn't even have tears left anymore. We were just sitting there like, well, I guess here we go. This cancer's winning. We've tried everything we can, and we're not going to beat it. Because every time we do something to get rid of it, it comes back somewhere else. So yeah, really depressing, and especially during this holiday season coming up. Pile on all the other stuff with pandemic and stuff, and it just made it real depressing for us. Well, we had an appointment later this week, with our main oncologist, her main doctor that has been handling her cancer situation. And we went into the exam room and we sat down. He finally came in. He's an East Indian guy, and he is very, very into his work. He's all business, straight up all business. And he has a lot of patience. He's very, very well respected in the Cleveland Clinic network. In fact, a lot of doctors at the main campus in Cleveland will send people down to our hospital where he is a Cleveland Clinic doctor, and he's so well respected they send people to him. I mean, he's kept my wife going for 2.5 years now, so that I give him kudos. Well, he walks into the office and he looks at V and he says, "What are you worried about?" And she said, "Well, what am I worried about?" He said, "Yes, what are you worried about, ma'am?" And she said, "Well, for one, I have this brain aneurysm that came up on the scans last week." And he says, "Well, let's take a look at it. I'll show you." And he pulled up the scans, and it was like an x-ray of her brain. You could see the brain, you could see the little veins going up in there and stuff. And he pinpointed out with a little arrow, boop, right there is where the aneurysm is. You could see it. It's just like a little white ball there on one of her veins. And then he explained in detail about aneurysms, and he said, at our age, we're in our mid-60s, he said aneurysms are not uncommon at all. And people live a normal life with aneurysms. And he said, as a matter of fact, I've looked back through some of your older scans, and this aneurysm's always been there. It's been there for like at least 2 years. So he said, you've been living with it all this time. There's no change in it. It hasn't gotten any bigger. It hasn't gotten any worse. And you didn't even know you had it. And he said, really, it looks to me like it poses no threat at all. So he said, you've got nothing to worry about with the aneurysm. So what are you worried about, ma'am? And she says, well, okay, well, now they said that when they did our body scans that I have cancer in 3 ribs. It's coming back. And he said, well, let's take a look at it. Well, he pulled up the scans of her ribs. And I'll tell you, if you haven't seen these scans before, they're amazing. They're so detailed, not like the old x-rays. These MRIs and CAT scans and stuff are just incredibly detailed. And he zoomed in and out, and he looked at the different facets of the ribs. And then he went back and he pulled up older scans from way back when she had cancer in her ribs originally. And he put his elbows on the table, and he got right up there, and he scrolled back and forth through them. And he said, nothing to worry about. This isn't active cancer. This is scar tissue from when the cancer was there before. And she said, but the report said, and he says, well, the report was misread. He said, I'm looking at it with my own eyes, and I know how to read these things. And he said, this is scar tissue in your cartilage in your ribs, and it's not active cancer. And he says, I'll show you. And he took us back and he showed us what the active cancer looked like. And now he showed us what the ribs look like now. And you could see the difference. So at that moment, both of us were just like, a ton was lifted off of us. Now, one of the things that I wanted to bring to your attention was, if you'll look back at this last video, you will see this, that take a look at the comments section. There's almost 200 comments right now as I speak on that video, and every one of them are highly encouraging, and most of them are you guys saying that you're going to pray for us. That's the power of prayer that I believe in 100%. Because this could have gone two ways, which it does a lot of times. He could have said, yes, you have an aneurysm, it's very bad, you should be on this medicine, you shouldn't be doing anything because if it bursts, it can kill you. He could have said, yes, you do have cancer back in your ribs and it's very bad and it's coming back very strong now and you probably only have so long. No. Both of those things were erased as being a threat. He said, you have nothing to worry about. He said, ma'am, you are doing beautifully right now. You're doing beautifully. So have a Merry Christmas and enjoy your life, and please don't worry about it. We got this covered. So the prayers and the support from you guys has been incredible. It works. Like I said, I know not all of you are spiritual, religious, but I want you to just take a look at this and tell me, this is how my God works in strange ways. And to me, the prayers are answered. So thank you. Hallelujah. Life is good right now. So we're going to enjoy our time up through this Christmas. I don't know that we'll be entertaining. We still have a busy schedule coming up this next week of Christmas in follow-up our appointments for V. So we talked about having my mom over, and my mom said she wasn't up to doing anything for Christmas. She's in her late 80s now, so she's really struggling. And it's just so hard for her to get out of the apartment, and even when I go over and pick her up and bring her over here, it just is exhausting for her. So she just wanted to stay home. And then V's son has come down with some kind of a serious illness, which we don't know what it is, but he's pretty sick, and he said he didn't want to come around next week because he doesn't want us to get whatever virus he has. So it'll just be V and I for Christmas, but we're going to have a merry one. Trust me, we got some big plans, and we're just going to keep staying positive. We're going to keep looking ahead to a better future, to good things. And we appreciate you guys being with us. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We appreciate all your support. And we will continue to entertain you, not only entertain you, but give us our real life. Our real life. This is us. This is who we are. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our videos now. And hey, until next time, ride hard and die free.